By name Charles Sunday Marajan. I'm a South Sudanese refugee from South Sudan. We were born 12 from my father and my mother. We are 12 children. Then from there, from the 12, none of us were in the movement. And the community started something that was called Spear Boys. Spear Boys, those are the boys who mobilize themselves to enter to the bush so that they want to fight the government. From there, I and my family and my brothers, we refused to be part of that. And the few people who enter to the bush, that they want to fight the government, then they turn against my family, that why did we not actually be part of that movement? That means we are supporting the government. Then from there, they came at night and they caught 4 of my brother. Good enough, that time I was working in the church, and then I ran out. I was not around at home, I was for a mission. Then they came and captured all of them and took them to the bush, where they killed the 3 of them in the bush. Then when I got the information, actually I came in the morning, then they told me that yesterday they captured all my brothers, they've taken them to the bush. Then I decided to flee that the same day to come to Central Equatoria, that is in Yei, where my family were back in South Sudan. Then I just tried to talk to my father if he can send my family to me to Yei. Then also reaching in Yei, the same thing was still continuing. And these people who did that action, actually, because they were now everywhere, then that's when also some of them came to Yei. They were now trying to look also for me, because I was like the elder in the family. They were trying to look for me. Then from there, I sent my family to come to the border in Kaya. And the situation was not good with me there. Then I also decided to flee by night to come also to join my family in the border. And also because that time the insecurity was now bad, you could not stay, the rebels were now attacking people, and a lot of what was happening. Then I decided now to just come to Uganda, because the situation there was not good for me to stay, even in Western Equatoria or Central Equatoria. Actually, things were not easy for me, the insecurity was not good for me. That's why I decided to leave that place and come to look for refuge here in Uganda. When I arrived here, actually, I had no knowledge on what to do, because as somebody was brought new, I didn't know what actually I can do to help me. I was depending on the UN Shara food, the World Food. So all this, and in 2017, then that's when I started actually to make friendship with people around, so that I can get maybe a land that can help me cultivate. From there, that's when I started a small cultivation, where I was just trying to cultivate something that can help my family as a supplement to the food that was given by the World Food. And the second thing that I was doing was, because in South Sudan I was a leader, a pastor, I started a church that I am pastoring up to today. So I think those are the things I started when I came in. So I started farming, and also I started a church that I'm pastoring today. I got the idea of beekeeping from, the tribe that I came from. Naturally, it is one of the culture that we are, because for us, we are people we are Bantus. The Bantu, they depend from the bush, and also things to do with the wild fruit, wild animal, just these things. In South Sudan, actually, I had that idea of making bees, keeping bees locally. I could use the bark of the tree to make some beehives and just hang them locally all over. So it was that is where I actually started the work of the beehives. But when I came to Uganda, actually I had no idea, because some of the local things that we were using for making the beehives were not there. Then I stranded. Till when in 2020, around 2020, that was where actually here in Uganda there were some people who were looking for people who have interest in keeping bees. Then from there, actually, I wrote my name. I said I want to practice it also here in Uganda. So that's where in 2020, that's when I actually started. I actually went for some just local training around. Then from there, these people actually were able to support me with some beehives so that I can put them up. Then that's where actually I started from, but it was just in a small scale, not actually bigger scale. It was just like two, they could give you two beehives just to start practicing with. The project that Tornado, IES and ALM may be introduced, actually it was this year, actually back there. That was when they came to the camp and also introduced this program of beekeeping also to the farmers. They try to register some farmers around who have interest in beekeeping. And from there, actually, Tornado, together with the IES and the ILM, then they were now sending the facilitators to come and start giving training to the farmers now in a formal way. Because at first, actually, we were doing it in informal way, you know. You just make them there, you don't know even the importance of it, you don't know even some of the products. But when they came in, then they took that initiative where they started now giving training to us on how now to keep beehives in a modern way and also maybe formal way. Actually, I had good numbers of beehives that I had. I will add some relationship with my LC1 here of the area. At first, when I went to him, actually he could not allow me to site my hives in this area, even he disappointed me. Then later on, I went to one of my friends who was been helping me, giving me land for cultivation. Then I shared the idea with him on how maybe to rear also bees. Then I talked to him. Then after that, he actually did not give me much condition. He just took me to one of the places. He said, since those things are there, he also want to learn from what we are doing. So he just gave me the land so that I can site the hives in that place. Actually, for my landlord who is here, we have very good relationship with him. Actually, he's not giving me much condition. Even our relationship with him has reached the extent of, with the training I got of even making local beehives, he has also piqued interest so that we can continue to make the local beehives so that we can site them around, because he has a lot of land and the land is just empty, there's nothing in it. Like this morning, he even called me and he has gathered some materials so that we can come and make some local beehives so that we can site them also around there. So actually our relationship with him is okay. And I have the other landlord, as I said, I have 3 sites. The site here and the site in Abirichanduku and the other site in Ochea. Actually the site in Ochea, that's where I had a bit of challenge with the landlord. But later on also, with the help of Tornado, I think there was some guy from Tornado office. They came to Ochea. Then they were looking for the owner of the apiary. Then they found that it was me. Then they called me, we discussed with them, and I called the landlord. Through their help, we were able now to rectify. Then that's why the other 56 beehives which are there, from the 14 that has colonized is still up, and the one that we brought them down, we are praying to see how we will now site them back also, so that that site also can be there in Ochea, plus this site and the other site also here in Eden. Actually, there's that good relationship that we are now building with them. And the other thing I did with him was, because the hives are many, I just tried to bring him to be part of that group, because I make it to be as a group. I brought him inside so that he can feel also that he is part of it. Then from there he cannot give us too much condition. Actually, that's my relationship with the landlords who gave me. Up to now they don't charge me. Actually, they don't ask any money from me. They just give the land free for siting the hives. There's no charges that they are putting on me. Because of that relationship that we build. It is all just about building relationship with the people around you. Actually, out of that, I have not yet harvested, because as I said, I started in 2020, and in 2020 that's where I was getting some skills on how to do that. 21, that was when now I started putting them up. I just tried this one here, that small site here, where I went for inspection. Then I was able to harvest something of 5 kgs only for the family. It was 1 beehives that I inspect, so I was able to get like 5 kgs from it. And then we share with the family, with the people around. But as I'm talking now to you, we have the total number that I have here in Eden. I have 17 which are ready for harvest. I believe today or tomorrow I'm going to start harvesting, because I've seen, like even this morning I was for inspection, so I saw that some of the hives are now good ready for harvest. Maybe by this week Tornado will get information from our focal person on the ground, the number and the kgs that we have on the ground for sale, because we are doing it as a business, for keeping them as a business. And also in Ochea we have very good numbers of hives. That one in Ochea, actually some of them are now 1 year. Because of the other conflict that we had with the landlord before, we could not harvest. But after rectifying, last week I was there, the whole of last week I was there for maintaining some of them, and all of them are also ready for harvest. I believe, without fear, I can say this month, before the end of this month, I will get good kgs in them. I will harvest something good from all the hives that has colonized, because I have around 30 something that has already colonized, and some of them are ready. So I really want to take this opportunity once again to thank the different organizations that are actually helping in this project of beekeeping. That is Tornado, ILM, World of Bees, and the others that I cannot remember. I know there are many organizations that are supporting this project. I just want to say thank you so much, especially for the initiative that they have brought to the community to train the local people on the ground to know how to produce honey that will have good quality. I really want to thank them for that. And I also want to say, let them continue to support us as the local people on the ground. Especially when I started first, I didn't have idea of who is going to buy my honey after producing. But after receiving all these partners, then I was assured that if I have even honey now, they will even take it today. And that is the good thing actually that I want to encourage, that I want to thank them for it, the initiative that they have taken, because it has sometimes been difficult for us, the local people on the ground. You can have honey, but there's no one who can take them from you. I really want to appreciate them. And also I want to, my message to them is, you know, beehives is not just something that you can just come from home and say you want to do. We also pray that after identifying the farmers that are here on the ground, we also need their support, because establishing a good site for hives also requires some funds. We also ask them that if there is a way that they can also support the local farmers, at least something maybe like maybe loan, the farmers can take like loan, and after that they will return so that they can establish their farm. I think it will be appreciated, because we know it is not an easy thing actually to just start a farming and to continue with it. For you to have a quality, actually it also require some funds that will make you also to produce the quality, because there are a lot of number of things that are required. For example, when you go to the tools for for bees, things to do with the bee shoot, things to do with the extractor machine or pressure things. Some of those things are actually very expensive. Also, that's why we are saying if there's a way that they can be able to support the local farmers, it will really appreciate. We will really appreciate them for that. Actually, I'm impressed in my heart for all, because I was doing the training, I was not having actual knowledge about how to keep hives in a modern way. But this time, even I can produce my local KTB from the local things around. Even this local one, I know now how to make my KTB, I know how now to make my local beehives, I know how to inspect, I know how, even some of the other things actually I know them. So I want to appreciate them for the knowledge that they have given us. Let them not leave us, let them continue with us till when they will now see that we are making money also. That's when, if they want to be tired of us, that's when they will say, okay, goodbye. But we are committed to work with them together. Thanks.